Welcome to the Taproxy Method, creating confident learners. The Taproxy Method uses a unique combination of breathwork, brain-body work, gratitude, and a clay-based program to affect the neuroplasticity of the brain in students, to help strengthen their mind-body connection, help them develop a growth mindset, and most importantly, trust and confidence in themselves. Aloha and welcome to another episode of the Taproxy Method, creating confident learners. I'm Tani Taproxy, the founder and creator. So in this episode, we'll be looking a little deeper at breathwork and the brain and how breathwork can positively affect the physiology of the brain. Before we get started, I wanted to share that I have a free assessment video that I'd love to share with you, where I walk you through a simple process in reading to figure out what type of learner your child is. I use this with every student when I first meet them to give me a sense of whether they are more of a visual or phonetic learner. To receive this free gift, sign up for my newsletter at pages.tanitutors.com/newsletter. As soon as you sign up, you'll receive it in your inbox. So let's get started. So in the last episode, we talked about the importance of gratitude. And since recording that episode, one of my students kind of just understood what the exercise of 3 grateful things really is all about. His first thing he listed was, I am grateful for me. And I feel like this is the ultimate understanding of what gratitude is. It reminds me of when they asked that question, what are the most important things in your life? And then if you go down a little bit further, how long would it take you to list you? So because we've been practicing this skill for so long, and I was caught by surprise, I've been doing this for a while, and for him to go there, I'm grateful for me. So I'm wondering how long would you list, or how long would your list be before you listed yourself as one of the important and grateful things in your life? And this is just some food for thought, right? So for you, how long would it take you to list yourself as well? And I think it's a reality check. Us as adults, we should be number one, and then everything else comes along, right? We help and take care of everybody else from a place of a full cup versus an empty cup. But just that one question, how long would it take you to list you as one of the important things in your life? So in this episode, we're going to be looking at the neuroplasticity of the brain, right? The rewiring of the brain for new information, making new synaptic connections. That just means that the thought, the ease, the understanding is there. Learning is the process of making new synaptic connections and rerouting the brain and task in a way that's tangible for a student to process that information. And when we remember and review and go back at material, we're reinforcing the neural pathways of the brain. And when a student is processing concepts and information with ease, we know that it's processing the brain with ease, right? Those neurons are connected. So there is science that deep breathing gets more oxygen to the thinking brain. It helps with cognition, aka thinking, helps with focus, and it regulates our nervous system and responses to stress. And when we take time to breathe consciously for students, for adults, it changes the structure of the brain so that thinking is easier to do, right? Those synaptic connections that are made together, and then they're stronger and they're wired together. And then there's this ease in the body as well. It's already there. It's part of them. It's embodied. So like I said, I always start with 3 grateful things and 2 types of breath work. We're going to start with one of them. I'll walk you through it. It's a simple breath. It's called a 3-4-5 breath. And that 3 just means we're going to inhale slowly for 3, a count of 3. We're going to hold for 4, and we are going to exhale for 5. And so you can breathe in through the nose or out through, or in and out through the nose, or in and out through the mouth. Doesn't matter for this breath. Eyes can be open or closed. So I'll walk you through this. This is one of the breath works that I do with my students every time they see me. So 1 minute on the clock. We're going to inhale for 3. Hold for 4, and then soft face, soft jaw, soft shoulders as you're holding. And then exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that 5 more times. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Inhale for 3, hold for 4, And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. And I love this breath. It's simple to do. It only takes 60 seconds. And it just starts to get more oxygen into the body, into the brain before we start our sessions. There are so many articles supporting that this is important for the brain. Just in a quick Google search, I came across a couple studies, and I will link those in the show notes, but rather than going through them, one of the things that popped out the most was that it impacts our emotion, our attention, and how the brain processes the world around us. And that studies show that the brain can also rhythmically mimic the rhythm of the breath, right? So if you are upset or agitated, right, if we slow down the breath, the brain, the nervous system can calm down with that. If we speed up the breath starts to, or the brain starts to mimic that as well. The other breath work that I do with students, I do 5 rounds of nose breathing. It's actually the Nadi Shodhana of yoga. And there are studies that show that this actually helps build and create new connective tissue in the corpus callosum. So breathing also not only, does all these things, helps with emotions, cognition, and also just this feeling of ease in the body. It actually builds and creates more brain tissue. I used to do a different kind of breath a few years ago where I would have students close their eyes and I would get them comfortable with just having their eyes closed for 1 minute. And then we would slowly build, whether that's over a few weeks even a few months, whatever their pace and motivation was, up to 3 to 5 minutes with their eyes closed. And I really love this breath as well. It's just helping them learn how to be with themselves, be comfortable with stillness. And they do say that if you start your day with 3 to 5 minutes of meditation, your whole entire perspective, your day will change. Right? And we're just trying to build this ease of self with the breath, build into self-confidence, which helps with approaching academic challenges from a place of ease and calm. So we're always trying to get the nervous system focused and intention in line versus, agitated and so forth. So in this episode, I've been talking a lot about how the brain is affected by the breath and that encompassing neuroplasticity, right? The changes in the brain, the rewiring, the restructuring, and the actual building of synaptic connections and what comes with that. Beyond the neuroplasticity of the brain, I've been noticing something lately, and it has to do more with the mind-body connections, right? The neuromuscular, the brain to the muscles of the body. And I've talked about this before with balance, but I've been noticing also, how is that brain muscle connection and communicating? And my good friend, Dennis Morton, he happens to be a Peloton instructor who I've known for years. So you might be familiar with some of his sayings, but he often says, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. And if you learn something the wrong way in the body, in the brain, in the mind, it takes a lot more effort to undo that task and relearn it correctly. And I've been noticing something a lot this school year. So we'll take a deeper look into what I've been noticing next week in the next episode, which has to do with a relatively simple task. It's a mechanical task, though. It's a brain-body task. It's a neuromuscular connection that has been made permanent, but unfortunately not perfect, right? It's not learned correctly. So we'll explore this school task. It's actually an everyday task that I'm noticing consistently with the students who struggle the most, especially in reading and also writing and spelling, that this mechanical process is quite difficult for them. Thanks so much for listening. Before I go, I wanted to share that I have a free assessment video that I'd love to share with you, where I walk you through a simple process in reading to figure out what type of learner your child is. I use this with every student when I first meet them to give me a sense of whether they're more of a visual or phonetic learner, as it helps better prepare me on what tools are best to use moving forward. To receive this free gift, sign up for my newsletter at pages.tawnitutors.com/newsletter. As soon as you sign up, you'll receive it in your inbox. If you're interested, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at The Taproxy Method. I also take on a very few select private one-on-one clients worldwide for homeschool support and tutoring work. Email me at tawny.taproxy@tawnitutors.com. Have a blessed day and aloha.